Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Diana here. Today we're going to be making these beautiful, adorable paper butterflies. For these butterflies, you're only going to need two things, paper, and these are bag ties. So for the small ones here, I've used origami paper, and these are 3 by 3 inch squares. The big one here, I'm using scrapbook paper, which is 6 by 6. So you can make these in any size you like, just make sure to make them into squares. So they're squares first, and then we'll transform them into butterflies. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to make a small one and a large one. So when I mentioned bag ties, these are the bag ties that I use. This comes with your garbage bags. So this is what we're going to use. I use one whole one for the large one and half for the small ones. Okay, so let's get started. Move the butterflies to the side. Okay, and then let's make a small one. So I'm going to make let's do another pink one. Okay, now here's my square. And so what I'm going to do the same thing in a big one, but just so that you can see here. We're going to fold it in half. So you know what, let's just make the big one first. I'll put this to the side and we'll make a big one. Let's see if I find a nice little pattern. Let's make this big one here. Okay, so you're going to fold the square in half. I figure I do it with the big one so you can see it more. It's the exact same thing you're going to do with the small one. And then since I tear this by hand, I just fold it and make sure you crease. And do the same thing a couple times. So that way when you go to tear it, it just comes right out. Now we're going to take one of those and we're going to put it to the side, and we're going to take one and we're going to fold it in half the long way. Okay. And this is going to be for the top wing here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we have that half mark. We're going to take this and we're going to put a triangle right to the center. I'm not sure if you can see, but right where that mark is. And then we're going to do the same thing. Fold down the other edge right there to the center. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And this, it does not matter if it's not even, don't worry about it. It's still going to come out perfect. Okay, so now you have this. If you fold it, it's going to look like this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, I just like to crease it over again. So we're going to open it, and now you see here we have the halfway mark still there. What we're going to do here is we're going to go halfway. We're going to fold it in halfway towards that center mark. Okay, and you're going to turn it back again to the halfway point. You're going to turn this backwards now to the back to meet that line as well, and you're going to do that with the other side. So again, half to your halfway point, and then turn it to the back again to the halfway point. Tell me, was that not easy? So here, once you pinch this, you're going to pinch this here to right in the center. So make sure that the wings are the same exact size. Okay, so there you go. See, this was super easy to do. Okay, that's the top of it. And now we're going to take this piece of paper. We'll put this to the side. We'll take this piece of paper and we're going to start folding. And I'm going to say about 1/4 of an inch. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. So 1/4 of an inch. Okay, then you're going to turn it. And you're just going to keep doing this back and forth all the way to the end of the sheet. And once you get to the bottom, you might need to cut off a little tiny piece of excess that you have. I mean, you don't have to, but it's just me, I always do. Okay. See this little excess we have here? I always cut it off, but I mean, I don't think you have to. You could put that on the bottom. Okay. Then we're going to do the exact same thing we did to the other piece, which is fold this in half. Okay, so this is the bottom of your butterfly. Okay, so now we're going to take those two pieces. We're going to take one of our bag ties And for this one here, I did leave, I wanted to see right before I did the video to see how it looks. But I think I like the way the smaller ones look. So what I do is you take your scissors and you're going to cut off the little tiny bit right on the side of the metal. There's a little piece of wire in them. So you're going to cut this on both sides, okay? Okay. See, I cut that one off. And let's cut the other one off. I should have done this before the video, but it's good that you see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. I just think it's going to look more refined when that excess is cut off. So now we're going to take and we're going to put this right in the center. So we're holding the butterfly right in the middle, right where we folded both of the pieces. And what we're going to do is we're going to twist right there. And twist a few times. Okay. So there you have it. And then what you want to do is just arrange your paper. And the same thing to the bottom part. Fan it out. And fan this one out. Okay. And yes, you just keep playing with it until you have it where it's perfect, where you're happy with it. I think that looks beautiful. Okay, see the two big ones? And now I'll do it again with the small one, just so that you see that it's the exact same process and it looks exactly the same. So I'll move these to the side now. And we'll go back to the small little piece of paper. Okay, one we're going to keep to the side. And now this one here, we're going to fold in half. And of course a little bit smaller, so it takes a little getting used to. But it's exactly the same steps. So here we're going to go right in the center. Okay, now with the lights I can't even see. Okay, so there you go. Same thing to this piece. Turn it over. Same thing to this piece. And I love the small ones because I use them for pocket letters, which I'll put the link above or somewhere in this video of one of the pocket letters I made that I use these little butterflies. I'm actually going to put them now in ATC cards. So now we have here, and remember we're going to go to the center, so right into the middle, I mean, of the halfway point on that side, and turn it. Do the same thing to this piece. And yes, we always start folding inside and then we go outside. It just makes for a prettier butterfly. Okay, so that piece here is done. You can fold this in half. Let's fold it in half this way. Okay. And now we're going to do the small little paper here. And this one you might go a little bit less than 1/4 inch. I feel that's the only difference just because the paper is so small. Okay. So maybe about 1/8 inch on the smaller ones. On the big ones, regardless of the size, I think 1/4 inch would be just fine. And again, remember, it does not have to be perfect because the butterfly comes out looking perfect anyways. Okay. And this one here, we really don't have excess. Now you want to fold this in half. Oh, that's not half. Okay, well, it's pretty close. Okay. And now we're going to take our bag tie. And if you're going to make a whole bunch of these butterflies, just make sure that you take the bag ties and take the little piece, the little excess on the sides off in advance, so that way you could just put your butterflies together. And you don't have to waste time here like I'm doing here, cutting these, but I really didn't think about it. And for this one, you only need half, so I'm just going to pull that off because I only need half. So fold it in half here and just cut off 1/2. So this one here, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. Now just make sure that your paper is always facing up, okay, that the colors are facing the same side. Okay. Oh, it's giving me difficulties. Okay. Put it up here. And since it's not tight yet, I haven't twisted it, I can always move it around. So you want to make sure it's okay. That's good. And then do a couple twists and do the exact same thing you did for the big one, which is open it up. And then the same thing, fan out the bottom. Another thing that you can do that I've done, if they don't want to stay open like this, which usually they do, but what you can do is take here and put double-sided tape on this edge here so that you can glue them together, and that way they do stay open, okay? Just imagine all the things that you can do with these beautiful butterflies. You could put them on gifts. Instead of a little bow, you could put a butterfly, especially now for the spring. God knows we need some spring. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Follow me on social media. Make sure to show me your butterflies. Okay, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.